Hello again. My name is Łukasz Niedośpiał, and I will have a pleasure to be your host today on the presentation about how to take full control of your tariff versions and audit history. But before I will proceed to the main course, I would like to briefly introduce you to our company, Decerto, which is a Polish software house that resides on the market for over 80 years right now. And I will explain to you why we see ourselves as an expert in the field of insurance. So, as I already mentioned, Decerto is a Polish software house company, and our core business are insurance companies. This we achieve our portfolio the companies like Generali, Allianz, or Sompo. And this year, we also were recognized as the best software provider for the backend solution by the Insurance Post on the European insurance technology. So our words that we see ourselves as experts are not only our big thoughts about ourselves, but we were recognized somewhere outside. So this unique expertise gave us the possibility to tell you something more about what we've met at our customer side. And imagine all of the companies around the globe, they have some challenges and problems. Most common of those I've listed over here on this slide, but I will briefly tell you about it, how we what we spotted in the nuances that we saw at our customer side. So basically, plenty of our customers had this problem that different different departments used different software for their original needs. Like, for example, IT departments, they had their own system for queuing, for the development, and so on and so forth. And from the business perspective, which is, let's say, our perspective, we had the different system for managing the tariffs, creating the products, and so on and so forth. This different solution didn't meet anywhere in the middle. So to do any kind of modifications more than just regular settings of the tariffs, there was need of the help of other departments, like, for example, IT departments. And as you already know, probably from your own experience, different departments have different priorities. So, for example, if for you as a business person, your main priority is making revenue for your company, that doesn't appear as much important for the IT department, for example. Their main goal is keeping everything in touch and have hands on the pulse, making new features to the application, and so on and so forth. So you need to have that kind of idea that you need to have like a bridge that will allow you to meet somewhere in the middle. And this usual the diversification between those systems may cause some delay on the very important thing like time to market for your new products or new versions of the products. You need to have this bridge, as I already mentioned, and it's not as easy task as it may seem. For you, business user, the creating and understanding the premiums logic and the tariffs logic is intuition. But if you have to explain everything to the not typical business user, like, for example, IT developer, this person may not understand these nuances, the behavior of the rules, what works with what and how it should supposed to work. So need of one unique system is something that is needed. But those are those common challenges that every now and then pop up in every company. But we don't look sometimes closer to our chest. We oversee the problem that is commonly met in some of the insurance companies. Like, for example, the problem that I want to focus today's webinar in whole. So basically, when we have a team of people that have a control, or they need to have custody over one product or tariff, it's not usually one person, it's a team. This team needs to be synchronized, and sometimes this lack of synchronization might be a problem that will cause future problems. Like, for example, if we prepare our tariff and we are trying to create something new in advance, we will share, imagine you will share the Excel file with the preparation of the tariff, and you will share this file between all of the team that is responsible for this particular tariff to evolve, to be modified. You need to have extra care and extra look on the synchronization between the files that you share. You need to have a complete overlook to that if on which version of the tariff you actually work. You need to spot all the important changes, and it could be troublesome because if you work in a parallel, it's difficult to spot that kind of changes, and you can duplicate the work. By that you can delay everything that should be delivered on time. So we figure out this problem, the solution for this problem. With the single system operation, with this single application like a tariff or product configurator. In our case, I will show it on the business rule engine that we have. You can monitor every single change. You can audit the tariff changes. You can see what was already done and what will be, and you can see all of the changes done by whole team. Let me proceed to our tariff configurator, and let me start our real presentation. So as you can see, now I will log into the Hickson business rule engine, which we use also as a tariff configurator, and I will pick the profile that I will work with, which is called demo. So in this place, we will show you how to configure, how to make all of the audits, how we can spot those changes that I told you before. But before even that, I want to make you, I want to show you something that you should be really familiar. This is the Excel file. This Excel file, this particular one, is showing very simple tariff that I will configure, I will play with. And this tariff is built by some factors. Those factors are age of insured person, manufacturer of the year of the vehicle, brand of the car, experience as a driver, and tickets, traffic tickets that this driver could receive during his travels. And as you know, to have this tariff work, we need to multiply all of the factors, all of the modifiers that we will set as the example. This is a very naive one, so I will not overcomplicate it, and you would catch the grasp of this particular one in our solution when I will show it to you. But now I will explain what is what in this particular tariff. So we have base factor that is dependent on the zip code of the location of our customer. So we've made this base factor correlation is correlating to the zip code of this driver. We set this factor also rate on the age of our customer, as you can see on this this draft over here. If we have young driver that has 18 years, he will have the high rate, and this rate is going down as long as this person is driving his car, and at the end of his life, when he's getting older, this rate is also going up. The same with the car age. If we have a new car, the rate will be low and it will go up with the years of the car. In Poland, we spotted something maybe funny, maybe not, that correlation between the make of the car and the let's say safe driving of the driver is almost one-to-one. Like, for example, BMW drivers, they have, like we like to say, heavy foot and show off how their car is strong and fast. But on the other hand, the Volvo drivers, they like the safety, they like to take control on everything, and that's why they bought that kind of brand. So we can lower the rate for this particular car. Also, experience of the driver may have an impact on the rate. As we know, when we starting our drivers, we are not experienced in it, so the rate will be higher. Doing the gaining the experience, the rate will get lower, and of course, after a lot of experience, we have some good and bad habits that could reflect on our driving, so the rate is going up over here. And the favorite one of all is the traffic tickets. Of course, if you have a customer who has 0 traffic tickets, it's a perfect customer, and with the low rate. But as you know, it's not always the case. So sometimes we have customers with the traffic tickets, so they will receive the higher rate of this for their tariff. And by multiplication of those factors, we receive certain premium. Now let me proceed to Hickson Business Rule Engine. And what I will show you is the decision tables, which are basically the same thing that I showed you in the Excel file. Like, for example, third-party liability. This is the TPL shortcut. The main rate was base, and I will show it to you over here. As you can see, we have zip code over here and correlating base over here. So we have that. And it's the reflection one-to-one. We have all of those decision tables imported from the Excel file to these directly to this business rule engine, like, for example, age and others also. To glue these decision tables, which are the Excel file inside the Hickson, we need another thing, which is function. And function is nothing less, nothing more than the formula that you saw at the beginning. In the line number 8, you can see that we have premium equals base multiplied by all of those decision tables that I showed you. And those definitions above are just connecting the decision tables, those Excel files you saw, into this function, so it will gather the data in one place. But forget for now this function, because we will not operate on it. You basically define what you want to achieve at the beginning of the work, or someone do it for you. And we will focus over here on our base, on our decision tables. As you can see and already saw, we have one huge decision table. It has over 80,000 rows, 90,000 rows to be exact, of information. And right now, we are working on the version of this product number 3. The product is called TPL, third-party liability. So In my story, we will have 2 employees who will have the assignment of creation new version of this particular product and preparation for the future release of the product for winter. So what we will do at the beginning? At the very beginning, I will go to the versions panel, and I will see all the products that are available for us. My team is responsible for third-party liability product. So I'm interested in only this one. Right now, as I already told you, we are using version 3, which is green over here. But we don't want to do any kind of changes on the live used product. So what we want to do, the first step will be cloning this version. So I will click clone, and it will, in a few seconds, sorry, it has a lot of information. It will show me the exact copy of this particular version. So we have version number 4. We can name it, like for example, winter version. Winter version, and let's say prep. So we have the name for the new version. We as we receive the assignment, my team has received assignment, we know the deadline when this particular version will go live. So I can set a date in which it will start. I will set it on the January 1st on the 2025. So we have limited time period for working over this particular version. Okay, so I created the version. This version will be looking the same as the previous one, and I will show it to you by entering the old one. The number of version is over here, as I mentioned, and to go to the new version, the version number 4, in my view, I need to pick the version on which I want to work. So I will pick version number 4, and right now I receive the possibility of working on this particular version. But before I will even start doing anything, I can create something we call a batch test. Batch test is basically showing us how this formula that we give works, how it calculates all of the factors with each other, and it will show us some examples. So I run the test that I've prepared in advance, and it will show me a simple thing. Here on the right side, we have the data that were taken from our decision tables. As you can see, we have here zip code. Over here, we have driver's age, make ID, which is a number in this particular case, driver case, and so on and so forth. We fill those data and we receive the expected value of our premium. And I have this starting test. I see that it's working fine. And it's working fine because we didn't do any kind of modification. No changes were made. But that will change. Let me go back to our decision table, TPL. What I will do right now, I will create some manual, let's say manual changes. So I want this base to be different. I will use 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's easy for me. And I can copy and paste it over here if I like to. And then save my change if needed. But it's 90,000 rows. So the copy pasting, it would be taking ages. So we have an easier way to do that kind of modification. We can download whole of this table, this decision table, to our computer. Okay, it exported my data. Now I will open it. Okay, and as you can see, I have a decision table, very simple one. We have zip code over here, base over here. I've already done some changes. Those changes will be at the bottom because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to do some more. So I will simply copy and paste, and I don't know, maybe I will do something like that. So I overwritten some information in this decision table. I will save it, and I will go back to my decision tables. And by this shortcut, I can do something very nice for me. I will import modification from the Excel file by uploading overwritten data. Uploading it. Imagine it's 90,000 rows, and it's taking a time, and we already have something over here. I will open TPL. Okay, and as you can see, now we have more of those 1, 2, 3, 4s over here. So that's one. I've done my modification. I can publish my session if I need. When I will hit the publish button, I will receive the prompt that will tell where I will need to leave some kind of description, information for future reference. So I can write here, I've done initial modification. Sorry for my spelling. For 1, 2, 3, 4 to the line 3 dots. I will save this information, and this information was published. And it's mined out only in the version number 4 on which we are working. If I go back to the version number 3, the data will be the same as at the beginning. So let me proceed back to the version number 4, because this is the one that we are modifying. What I will do right now, I will go to the batch tester again, and to show you that we changed something in real time, I will run this starting test, the same one with the same data that you already saw, and I expect some errors. And yes, I see failures. Not all, because not all were modified by me. If I open this, you will see that in our case, we expected this value. This is the value that was expected in the version number 3. So we see that some modification took place. We can overwrite those information in Spot, of course, to prepare a new batch test for future reference, which will be needed later for us. And when I override that by running test, you will see that I have success. If I go back to this starting batch test, you will see that it was overwritten. And if I go even further back, it will ask me, should it save this test for future reference? But I don't want to do that. I want to prepare something more. I want my other colleague to have the possibility to start fresh with the test. So I will prepare the batch test of my own, the new one. I've just downloaded the package, all of those informations that are in this test, and I will open it. So let me see. As you can see, all things that are red are the failures that popped out during my test, because there was a bad value on it. So what I want to do to prepare new and working batch test, I will copy this information and I will put it over here. After that, I just simply save it. Let's use typical save. I've overwritten, And I will go back to Hickson, to the batch test. This card changes because I want to keep the starting batch test as the point of reference, and I will create completely new based on the result that I received just now. I will upload this test. As you can see now, my test is over here. I will run it, and now all of those reds are right, and they should be right because it will be the right test for the January release. Okay, so I will name this test. It is first changes. First changes. I could add a date. Today we have 27th of November. And I will save this package. I've saved this test. And if I now go to the batch tester, I will see this test over here with all of the information that we have, like the person who created this test. Sorry for clicking it. The last modification of this test. We have that kind of information over here, but we have something more. Let me switch with the account. I will now, or maybe I will log out first to show you that it's. I will log in the new user. Okay, I have my own session. I have my own rights that were given to me. I've opened the right profile on which we are working. As you can see, here is my username. And this second user also has the information that we will prepare the release of the new version of the tariff, third-party liability tariff. And I can go to versions to see if it was already created. Yes, it was already created by admin on this date and hour. So, okay, I don't have to create the new version. I can go directly to the decision tables to see to start my work. But before that, if I'm curious, I can go to the tests and see, okay, there were some changes. Let us see the first one. Okay, I know why it's working. As you can see, I'm still on the version number 3. I didn't change it. So I will go now to version 4, run the test again, and okay, the starting test is failed. But we have the first change test over here, and if I run it, everything is going smoothly. Okay, so let me proceed. I know what was changed and how it was changed. I can go over here and I can start modification in some random event point. As you can see, I have those modifications to the line number 35. My colleague left me a notice for that, but I will show it to you later. Let me play a bit in this particular case, this decision table. So as you can see, I'm working now again on the version 4. I'm a completely different user. And if I would like to see what was done, what was changed, I can go to more actions, open the history prompt, and I will see every single modification that was done on this particular version. And even more, I can overview the previous things that we have in this particular place. This history prompt gives us the information, is an audit information, who done modification and when this modification took place. If we have, let's say, rights to overwriting admin, we could go back. If we are the supervisor of this person, we can, okay, we don't agree with the changes, we can just roll back to the previous one and publish our session. But in this particular case, I will not do that. I will just follow the example of the first person, and me as the Luca, I will give the new base out just for the notification that you will see in the test. I've done very few changes. Now I can go to the batch tester. Logically, if I have done some modifications, I should receive some failures over here, and here they are. So I know that this particular one is failed. I can now create my own test for the future reference. Open it. Again, it's the modification is the same. Okay, it's opened. Sorry, I lost it somewhere. It's, let me open it a different way. Close this one and close this one. Okay, so we have the information over here with our few changes. I will overwrite them. Sorry, I need to go and allow myself to edit this Excel file. I've modified this particular batch test, and I can upload it if I want to, in the same way as the previous person. So this is as simple as just clicking and having this test over here. As you can see, right now I have all of the successes. What is left for me is naming this particular save as I want to. So we covered a few things. It's a very simple modification. It's we can keep track in a few places, which I already told you. One place is the auditing of the history, where we have all of those information, additional information of who was the modificator and when the modification took place. We leave that kind of notice everywhere possible. In the creation of the version, we have also this information. But what's more important, if we go to session and when we want to publish our session, we have this notification over here, which we leave for future reference for future. And when we save this information, it is shown over here. When we in tools, when we open the sessions, we will have description to all of the changes that were done by us. So here admin told me that, okay, I've done the initial modification of this tariff over here. When I click it, I will oversee what was modified in this particular session. I can then go to a particular decision table or the function and oversee the changes in the panel of history. So we have this audit covered in one place. And with that single few steps, we can ease our pains of taking control and losing control over those tariffs. If you have any questions, please add them, give them in our questions and answers box. And if you would like to talk about something more, please schedule a meeting. I will gladly show you some more example. I will even work some POCs with you if that is necessary. Of course, every single person that participated in this webinar will receive the reminder and the invitation to have that kind of POC for free created by the Hickson team.